Hey guys, UrbanSuburban here. Got a new video for you today. This is going to be my first official, I guess, in-depth knife review. I've obviously shown you a lot of blades in the past, but been very brief videos or I guess specific use videos on like the last two I did on the Gerber LMF2 and the SOG Seal Pup Elite, where I was showing you that they can be thrown into sort of the bushcraft, firecraft roles rather than straight tactical blades. So this is going to be more your standard, I'm not going to say tabletop because I'm outside, but your standard blade review. And I'm doing it because I recently, in about the last 2 months, finally got my hands on what up until now has been my grail knife, and that is the Spyderco Para-Military 2. Fantastic blade. Short version, if you only want to watch 30 seconds video, fantastic knife. I highly recommend it. Well worth the money. But I'm going to take my time on this video, go through the specs, go through some uses, the roles of this knife, and you know, your standard knife review fare. So sit down, get comfortable, and let's get into it here. Okay guys, we'll go over the specs on this blade. As it's a knife, the most important function or aspect of the knife, of course, is the blade. And this is the CPM S30V steel version. This is the first folder I've ever had of this blade steel. So far, it's surpassed all my expectations. Came literally hair-shaving sharp as any knife, I guess, in this price point should be. It surpassed all my expectations. I'm extremely happy with it. Your overall length on this knife, 8.2, almost 8.3 inches. Blade length of just over 3.4 inches. Some guys find that a little on the larger side for an EDC. That's right in the wheelhouse for me. I like 3.5-ish up to 4-inch for an EDC is perfect. I find that the most practical, the most useful for what I find myself doing everyday sort of tasks. So like I said, that 3.4 inch, just over 3.4, I find it perfect. Your close length, 4.8 inches. The blade thickness, 0.14 inches, and it's of course a G10 handle. This one is of course the Digicam. That's my preferred version. The retailer I got this from was also in stock in the black handle with the satin finish blade like this. It took me probably a good 8 months to track down a retailer in Canada that had these in stock, and so when I found one online that had these bad boys in stock, I snapped one up right away. I didn't hesitate at all, because as you guys know, for anyone that's been wanting one of these for the last year, they are hard to come by. I picked this up at SR Knives, or srknives.com. It's a retailer just outside of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Shipped with taxes and everything, I paid right in around $130. So at that price, I did not hesitate. Spyderco's MSRP on their website for these is $190. Of course, you never pay MSRP, that would be ridiculous, but for $130 in Canada, I couldn't turn that down. And I guess the last spec here is the weight. It comes in at 3.9 ounces, so not the lightest weight knife, but by far not the heaviest knife that I carry. I find it's right around where I like, between the blade length, the handle size. As you can see, it's got a really large handle for the size of the blade. I really like that. It gives you a really good purchase on there. And the weight is no problem at all. I don't find 3.9 ounces to be an issue whatsoever. So that's the specs, guys. First time I've ever really done that on camera. Next up, we'll put this thing to use and see how it performs some of those EDC sort of tasks that stuff you find yourself doing on an everyday basis. So stand by, guys. Okay guys, so one thing I haven't talked about yet is I guess the function and ergonomics of this knife. This is the newer generation, or the post-2010 version of the Para-Military 2. They changed some of the handle ergos, a little bit of the blade shape, some of the jimping. As you can see here, you got some really nice jimping up top on the thumb ramp, and a bit of a finger choil down here with some jimping. So if you want to choke up, no problem for some tight end stuff. Very, very comfortable. Nice contouring to the handle here. I got medium-sized hands. I all 4 fingers on there with lots of room to spare, no problem. Extra large Spidey hole here, like I said, or maybe haven't said yet, but this thing, initially, like most knives, it came fairly stiff, but with use, and it's almost like it's assisted. It pops out so fast, a little thumb flick, if I can spit it out, like that, and it flies out. The compression lock is gotten really nice and smooth, a little flick like that, and you're shut. All one-handed operation with this bad boy, for sure. Fantastic. Extra large lanyard size hole there. You can get non-gutted 550 core through there, no problem if you were so inclined. As you can see, really good size handle. The only issue I've had with this, and I wouldn't even call it an issue, is if you were really hard to use this thing for an extended period, say you're cutting through wood, if you were going to do that with your folding knife, I find the edges a little sharp, and they will start to dig into your hands a little bit. But for EDC type stuff, you're cutting paper, you're cutting cardboard, a little bit of plastic, rope, string, not an issue. Really, really comfortable. It's just if you're going into some sort of really hard substance where you're really bearing down, and for an extended period, you might start to feel this digging in a little bit. But I think a Dremel, something of that sort, just sort of round those edges off a bit. If you really felt you needed to, you'd have no problems. Okay guys, let's just see what kind of everyday tasks this would handle. And I'll tell you now, again, short version is it'll handle anything EDC wise that you're going to throw at it. Of course, everyone wants to see the paracord cut. I can basically guarantee you, not an issue. You're going to fly through paracord. I mean, any $20 knife should be able to do that. Never mind a $100 plus knife. But doubled up, no problem. Like I said, paracord, not an issue. And I've used this blade for about 8 weeks already. Haven't touched it up at all. Still really sharp. Next really common task for EDC, cardboard. This, I'd call this a medium weight cardboard. And again, you can probably predict this. No issues whatsoever. Just flies through the cardboard. And like I said, I've been using this knife for 2 months already, basically every day, and without touching it up. And that S30V is holding up strong. Fantastic stuff, really impressed with it. Another thing, yeah, clamshell packages, but again, every knife can do that. But what about zip ties and zap straps? Again, this is probably about a medium size, medium weight one. No issues, just like butter through there. You don't even have to put a lot of pressure. If you're going to do a slice cut, pulling it a little bit, you hardly have to put pressure on there, it goes right through. Since we're out in the bush here, some green wood. Now myself, I don't use my folders all that often on for bushcraft or any sort of camp tasks, other than really, really light stuff. But if you're in a pinch and this is all you had on you, you probably want to know that it worked. Of course, yeah, it's going to work. You want to shave a stick down into a tin peg. Not going to be a problem. Take this thing down to a point real fast. No issues there at all. You want to really bear down, get some chest pulls in. You can almost cut right through this, probably about a 1/2 inch stick here. Yeah, look at that. No problem. And how about something a little bigger? Here's a piece of birch. Say you want to, you're getting a fire going, you want to make some curls. We'll shave little curls off there. No problem. And this is seasoned stuff too. This is pretty hardwood, but not an issue. Again, I mean, this would be more suited to your bushcraft knives, or like a Mora or something like that, which is what I tend to use. But if you had to, could you? Yeah, without a doubt. There's a couple curls for you. And just to show you guys that after putting it through some testing today and what I've used it for the past 8 weeks, which has been used every day. This has been my carry knife for the last 8 weeks, cutting up papers and packaging and cardboard and string and all that typical EDC stuff. I haven't touched this blade up yet since I took it out of the box, just to show that this S30V with Holden Edge, it's still gonna cut paper for you, as you can see here. Not a problem. So it's gonna be a while before I even touch this thing up, I think. Fantastic blade. I didn't really touch on, but really acute point. Great for piercing, especially into packaging, into boxes, stuff like that. Some decent belly on here. Just a fantastic knife. I would have to say that this is the first time I've bought a blade and been so happy with it that I haven't had the urge to get another knife yet. I'm not saying I'm not going to buy any more knives. That's silly, of course. But typically I'll get a knife within 2 weeks. I'm ready to get another. Not that I dislike the knives I've purchased previously, but they just haven't satisfied that blade need, I guess. Whereas this, I could say has. I could almost not buy another pocket knife or another folder and be satisfied the rest of my life. That ain't gonna happen because I'm a freak like that. But if you're only gonna buy one knife for an EDC, I'd say you couldn't go wrong with this. And guys, of course, if you were also going to flex this into an outdoor bushcraft type role, another important function of any knives in that category is the ability to throw sparks. Para-Military 2 here has a nice sharp spine on it, and yes, it will throw sparks for you, as you can see there. Actually, quite well too. So just one more plus for the Para-Military 2. Anyway guys, that's been my review of the Spyderco Para-Military 2. Hope you enjoyed it. If you are in the market for a middle to higher end folding blade, I highly recommend this. You cannot go wrong with this knife. That S30V steel, the G10 handles, the ease of use, one-handed opening and closing, the edge retention, what I consider to be a perfect EDC size. This knife has it all. Something I didn't mention is the 4A reversible pocket clip, so left or right carry, tip up, tip down. Whatever your fancy is, it'll do it. You just can't go wrong. For the price I paid, like I said, approximately $130, that was taxes and shipping all in Canada here. I don't think you can go wrong. Well worth the money. I'd spend it every day and twice on Sunday. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Take care. Talk to you soon.